Hello everybody, my name is Matt Eddleman. I'm a tax director with Frost Law, and I'm here to answer your questions about the employee retention credit. I get asked a lot about how best to maximize a business's credit when they received PPP loans. And the main thing to keep in mind here is that there is no requirement that a business track the allocation of wages toward the PPP loan exactly how wages were allocated when applying for PPP loan forgiveness. So what this means is we have some more flexibility in how we allocate the loans how we allocate payroll towards the PPP loan versus the employee retention credit. So what we generally do is we look at any particular employee and say, first, is this employee eligible for the ERC? If not, then we're going to want to allocate as much of their wages as possible first towards the PPP loan. For a typical employee, that's going to be $46,154 that we can apply of their wages toward the PPP loan. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a business owned 100% by one individual and their brother is also on payroll. Well, relatives' wages are disallowed for purposes of the employee retention credit. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to apply all of the wages that were paid to that brother towards the forgiveness of a PPP loan first before we start to look at the employee retention credit. So again, first look at every employee and determine, are they eligible for the ERC? If not, let's apply all of those wages towards their PPP loan. Next step is we look at every employee and say, okay, has this employee hit that per employee qualified wage cap for the ERC? What that means is each employee can earn a maximum of $10,000 in qualified wages during 2020 or $10,000 in qualified wages during any quarter of 2021. So again, we're going to look at that employee's wages and say, okay, well, this employee earned $18,000, for example, during the period of eligibility. What we're going to do is then apply all of those wages in excess of the ERC qualified wage cap to the PPP loan. So we're going to look at that one employee. That employee made $18,000. We're going to apply $8,000 paid to that employee to the forgiveness of the PPP loan first. So again, what we're going to do is first look at each employee, say, are they eligible? If not, apply all of their wages to the PPP loan that were paid during the loan covered period. Then we're going to look at each employee and say, okay, have they hit their ERC qualified wages cap? If so, the next thing we're going to do is apply all of the wages in excess of that ERC qualified wages cap toward the PPP loan. Again, up to the amount of the wages that were paid to that employee during the PPP loan covered period. Once we've done that, what we do is we look at, okay, how much PPP loan payroll is there remaining for us to make sure that we have allocated sufficient wages to the forgiveness of that loan. If there are still amounts of payroll that we need to allocate to the loan forgiveness, then what we're going to do is we're going to look at every employee that earned wages during the ERC eligibility period and reduce their wages on a pro rata basis to apply those wages toward the PPP loan to make sure that we're not double dipping between the PPP loan program and the employee retention credit.